The RV Show USA is brought to you by Rockwood, building better RVs, making smarter RVers.
And from PPO Motorhomes, we're fortunate to have our little ray of sunshine and hope join us on the RV Show USA guest line is Diana Leblanc Link. She's the president of PPL, known by folks all across the country as RV Nana. How's Diana doing?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing? We're hanging in there.
Yep. Well, so for our radio listeners, we posed a question in our live stream asking folks to tell us, what they think is going to happen on the other side of this pandemic situation. If they think we're going to be seeing more people buying RVs or less people buying RVs. What say RV Nana?
I think we're going to have more people. I think that through this whole pandemic, I believe that families and just everybody is beginning to find that time is important. I may be silly, but the big materialistic things we thought we had to have so many of, that isn't nearly as important as being able to hug your child or sit around a campfire and laugh with your friends. And yes, RVs may be big-ticket items, but I think you can have a lower-ticket RV and still have a great time, and people are just going to want to get out and enjoy life.
It's like Cannon Combs said in the previous segment. He was at the top of the show. He was saying how, he thinks that people will not be going on as many cruises. They won't be going to the theme parks as much, but they want to get out and do something. And having your own RV, what a great way to spend. You and I know that, and millions of people know it, but I think millions more are going to learn about it when we finally get through this little dark place. Tell me how important, Diana, how important is attitude right now for you? And talk to me about that.
Oh, my gosh. Attitude is everything. Everybody that's listening right now has had some rough times in the last month, and it's not going to go away right away, but it's how you deal with it. We've had to make some tough decisions on what we were going to do at PPL and what we were going to do in life. All of us have. But we just have to keep our hope, our faith, and move forward and say, I'm going to find something positive. I think if those of you who listened last week, I was talking about how doing just something little for somebody, whether it's taking them some cookies that you just baked or just a little something, that it's just something out there to say, I'm thinking about you, smile, enjoy it, a little ray of sunshine. It's what it is.
Give somebody that's something, like you said, positive. Give them some hope. I heard, the late, great Paul Harvey one time said that false hope is better than no hope. And we're this is not false hope. We are going to get through this, and we're making tremendous progress. It's just sad that in a sense, what we're having to deal with. But on the other hand, I think that, like many of us have talked about, we will come out better. We will be closer together. We might have a different view on life, might be a little bit more patient and tolerant of other people. And, and I got to tell you, our campground, Big Chief, we're still open. Now, the swimming pool and hot tub are not open, and our bathrooms are closed. Most people have an RV that has a bathroom in it. But campgrounds in Texas, most of them remain open.
They do, and it's something that, I've talked about Galveston a lot because we're down there, but most of those parks are open. The beaches are not open. They can't, that's something all over the country. They can't be out on the beaches. But people are enjoying just being out in the sun and enjoying the day. I think it was like 78 and sunny down there today. My husband was down there. I'm not there. So,
well, so no, I know that I do want to ask you. I might as well ask you now. Is anybody buying RVs now? Are they coming to PPL? Are they buying RVs? Are they selling? Talk to me about that. I know things have had to slow down, but
they've definitely slowed down. I think every dealer is saying the same thing. But we're essential needs to the RVer. The person who's living or traveling in their RV, we have your parts and accessories, but then we also have the RV for that person who needs to get away, whether it's to get off to either going off to work. I had the sweetest couple last week, and they had just lost their vehicle, and they were Canadian, and they were down here, and they had just lost their vehicle to a fire. And so their essential need was to buy another vehicle. That's their home. And it's something we're there, and the people are buying, and they're shopping, and they're looking.
And I got to tell you, the people that are coming to our campground, I think, are better behaved than they've ever been before. I'm not sure what's making them do that, but we haven't had, knock on wood, haven't had to go yell at anybody, y'all pipe down, be respectful of others. That there's an attitude of, you know what, we're not happy about what we're dealing with, but we're going to do the best that we can. And that is an atmosphere, I think, that goes through the RVing community, at least at our campground. I know we can't be alone.
For the last week, I've played receptionist at PPL as part-time because it's whatever it takes to make it happen. And, I haven't had anybody want to fuss at us and yell at us. Everybody is so patient and understanding. I really think there's a lot of people out there who are just thankful to be here. That's it. And, to be able to call and shop in Houston, we can still do it. It's, we have our distancing that we have to do, and we're very protective of that. But there is a way to be able to look at the RVs, shop for the part you need, that air conditioner that just went out on your RV. We're there for you. And the people are happy.
I was going to ask about that. Your parts sales, have they slowed down? Or is a parts business? Because, folks, if you don't know, PPL is not only the largest consignment RV dealer in the United States, they're one of the largest parts stores. They've got an online parts store you wouldn't believe. So how's business with that?
Well, I have an amazing team, and as I tell everybody, we're kind of working with a skeleton team right now at PPL. But the phones have been going, the part sales have been strong because I found that people are doing the same thing they're doing in their stick and brick houses. They're cleaning out, they're fixing this, they're patching that. They're doing their honeydew jobs on their RV that they hadn't had time to do, but they're taking time to do right now.
What are some of the things that you are seeing? If somebody hasn't taken the time yet, what do you think they need to be doing right now? I guess the answer is everything. Start on top and work your way down.
Well, and there's so many people who are starting on top because we've been selling more of the caulk and the sealer for the roof because it's cool for most people. It's not the heat of the summer, and they're going ahead and checking the things that we talk about that they need to check, whether it's the roof or it's all of your batteries in your vehicle, the filters. They're doing all these things now because they've got the time.
Do you have a large in-stock amount of parts, or are you having a difficulty in getting anything in particular? Talk to me about the supply chain.
We have a very, very large supply. We are probably one of the largest dealers in Texas. We have everything from air conditioners to water heaters to all of your accessories that you're going to need, and they're available to get to you right away. We've got our warehouses in Houston, Cleburne, and other warehouses throughout the country, and we're there to help you. And yes, there's going to be certain parts you aren't going to be able to get, especially manufacturer-specific parts you won't be able to get right now, but we buy earlier in the year, and so we have quite a bit on stock.
And so whatever you need, you can go to folks, it's pplmotorhomes.com is their website. I'll give it to you again right before we end the segment. So in terms of inventory, do you still have more than 700 RVs for sale? We have around 700 right now between the three locations, and we're still bringing them in on a regular basis. People are happy to bring them in. This isn't going to last forever, and there's people who are excited to shop for their plans for the summer. There's still going to be summer fun coming up, and you need to make your plans now. Are you seeing anybody that's panicky? And if you do, what are you telling them? You have a few people who are, and I've had one of the sweetest couples. They were ready to buy a pretty expensive RV. Now, to me, a $100,000 motorhome that's expensive to me, and they decided they just had to wait because they watched some changes that scared them a little bit, and I feel comfortable that they'll be back in a week or two. And like they said, if that RV's still there, they're going to buy it then. Diana, we got to let you go. Music is going to cut us off. Thanks so much for being a ray of sunshine for us. Folks, that's Diana from PPL Motorhomes. Check them out. They've got a great online parts store. They're wonderful people. I love them to death. pplmotorhomes.com. Put it all together. pplmotorhomes.com. I'm Alan Warren, the RV Wingman, back in just a sec.